Getting a pound of Italian sausage. That
Giggity.
chicken or turkey sausage?
Chicken sausage, please.
Okay, Marcus, do you like chicken sausage?
Actually, wait. Turkey sausage might be the one turkey I really enjoy. Usually it's so dry.
Oh, yeah. Then I have to get a bunch of garlic, bunch of onions. One thing I found, because this has to be like a pie and it has to have rules on the outside, I was thinking of doing lasagna sheets if they sell them at Costco.
One sec, we're exploring culinary frontiers.
And then I have to get a beef shank. I hope they sell that at Costco.
Or in prison.
No, that's just a shank, not a beef shank.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
And then I need 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of ground pork, a pound of ground turkey.
Can you believe how much meat we're going to be packing away on this?
This is a lot of meat.
Yeah, it has. Your list has more development than Trigger, which is what we're supposed to be talking about right now.
Is that?
Because remember, in this episode, we had an ounce of development for one character.
Oh wait, actually, that's on the third. That's on the third page. An ounce of development for Trigger Dark, or is it Dark Trigger, or is it Dark City, Dark of the Moon?
I think it's Trigger Dark, but anyways, I still also need to get some red wine.
Make you feel so fine. You keep rocking all of the time.
Alright, anyway.
But I don't drink red wine, do you?
I don't drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Wine.
Because I need a half a cup, but outside of that, no, in reality, I need a half a cup of red wine.
I'll take care of the rest.
Do they sell wine at Costco?
In some, yes.
At the one we're going to?
What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kami with Silver Quill and Cruellica, and you can tell how dedicated they are to this episode of Ultraman Trigger.
We are dedicated to culinary pursuits. You will be changing your tune when you sample the delightfulness of whatever the hell this is.
So we're making a very fancy dish for Christmas for our friend Crystalage Bloodborne. Or Bloodborne Crystalage, I can't remember.
Crystalage Bloodborne.
But it takes a lot of food. So I have a lot of sausage, beef shank, ground beef, ground pork, ground turkey.
Do you need to pull its trigger? Because I can tell you, Kengo, or Akita was sure sad that Kengo might have died without pulling his trigger.
Okay, and then I have to do 7 cloves of garlic. So for anyone out there, if you don't like garlic, there's something wrong with you. But 7 cloves is a lot of garlic.
Well, I mean, 7... You might be Dracula. This is why I can't have Italian. There's so much garlic. Ugh.
And then I have to do a bunch of onions.
Or maybe it's Mr. Popo.
I hope you don't mind onions, because there's going to be onions everywhere.
Oh, don't cry.
Everywhere.
Now, does this mean Ignis is going to come in? Because he's going to be like, don't cry. I got this taken care of.
Oh, no. Let's see. A pint of development for Ignis, but otherwise mostly a comedic episode, unintentionally so.
So our episode begins with last week. During last week's battle, the lightning from Blue Ogre's hands electrified these 2 liquids that resurrected Alvarez and Vanilla, and they fight. And they fight, and 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 fight, fight, and fight. Itchy and Scratchy show.
That was very terrible. You should never do a children's opening theme song ever.
If I wanted to sing, I would auto-tune.
I would do a death metal.
But, and they fight, and then that's all the plot really is, because they didn't even spend any time developing any plot. It's just Kengo and Akito are sent out. They magically get to the center because we never actually see how they travel to these places. Do they come down from the airship on bungee cords, as you said? Do they actually drive in cars there? Do they fly in planes there? I don't know. I want to know how these guys frickin' travel, because we see in every other Ultraman series how these people travel around. Here, they're just magically there. Maybe they have Zordon's teleporters. They have access to the morphing grid. I don't know. They're just there. Anyway, so they get there. Monsters appear. Kengo gets captured.
We are needed for this episode.
And then
the rage projected.
Fight, and spin.
It's
Spin.
entertaining.
You spin me round, baby, one more
I don't
time
know.
or whatever.
Making all the references though. I feel cheated.
I know.
And then-
I'm feeling lonely.
And then
How lonely.
Trigger Dark
Very
Trigger
lonely.
Dark Trigger Dark. Yeah.
Couples counseling.
Here we go. We'll just you. So Ignis.
Oh, are you in on this?
No.
You in on
Ignis
this?
gives this whole speech because Akito's sad that Kengo might be dead and they haven't had lunch yet, and then Ignis is like, "Well, I don't
really,
want
is
people
there
to
a point just
actually
being here?
cry again because I want to do
go?
this." So he
Yeah,
gives.
Okay.
Let's talk food.
So he gives Dark Trigger Dark the ability to transform with
Dark
hey,
Trigger Dark?
I fixed it so you will no longer be evil. Cool. He comes up, goes fight villains. Villains is like doing weird
But
things.
really, I think we'd be more valuable
He-
at Costco.
Yeah, I think
He
so,
frees
too.
Kengo.
But then the meat would be sitting for a week.
That's kind of why I'm hesitant on doing anything.
Yeah,
like
don't
that.
beat the meat.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, just pat it. Just pat
Kengo
it.
is sleeping. Ignis is like, yo, dude, alarm clock, wake up. Kengo's like, oh, time to fight. They fight, they beat him, and they somehow beat him. I don't really know exactly what they did. We just had a lot of crotch shots from beneath.
Spinning.
And then, oh, and we had our Dark Giants like out there, like, hello, we're here cameoing. Remember us? We're gonna do something at some point. And then Ignis captures Yuna because the episode needed a cliffhanger to end on.
So, okay, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah,
We'll
bye
see you.
everyone. That was a great recap of an episode that we really didn't have
Oh,
a part in.
no, we skipped the most important part of the episode. For all of your anger and ranting, you forgot the most important moment in this viewing. He had to psych himself up to hit play. You should have seen that. He was flipping through his phone. He was looking at every other title on the YouTube suggestions, doing anything in his earthly power to do something other than click on play. He was psyching himself. I can do this. I can do this. I'm a great person. Yes, I can do this. I feel great. I'm wide awake.
Yeah, I was a little concerned because his mental health started depleting as we were waiting to watch this episode. And I was really concerned that we actually wouldn't watch the episode. And then they both look at me basically wondering if I'm going to be awake the entire time.
Wide awake.
And
Surprisingly, you were.
I kind of had no choice because I didn't want to be shamed like last week. But we were all quiet during the episode, except for when he was bitching and moaning about, oh, this is like an Ultraman, original Ultraman
Yeah, it was basically
episode.
just a remake of an original Ultraman episode. Not Ultraman Tiga, Ultraman. It's not called New Generation Ultraman. It's called New Generation Tiga.
Well, they can have an homage
They've had 20 of them.
to the original Ultraman.
They've had multiples in their series. They've had more stuff relating to the original Ultraman series than they have of Tiga.
But there were some unintentionally funny things in this.
Like, I like when Jafar and Edgelord, because he wants to use their real names. I'm just going to go with Jafar and Edgelord.
I'm with her.
And,
I'm with her.
yay! But
It's because I can't keep track of which names are which anymore, other than Jafar.
Edgelord basically runs in and he's like, we need to go and find Kengo. And Jafar, basically Edgelord has a hat on.
Yes.
And Edgelord and Jafar are like this close.
Here, Kaiju and I will
No.
demonstrate.
They're like so close that they just have to kiss, but obviously they don't.
Yeah, your inner Yaoi was like, kiss.
But then
kiss,
there's the
kiss.
wardrobe malfunction. See,
when they
Edgelord,
get so close.
Edgelord's hat starts pressing against Jafar's forehead, like this. Yeah. So it actually starts tilting and covering Edgelord. So Jafar has to inexplicably reach up and yank it out of this camera.
Yeah.
I feel like they got this in one take. The director's like, no, that hat makes it perfect. Keep it. Arigato gozaimasu.
That...
I agree.
That's
I
assuming
agree.
they even do multiple takes in some of these shows. Sometimes I wonder.
So because the hat stole the scene, that's part one of the unintentionally funny. The second unintentionally funny for me was when the first of the monsters is released, the blue one.
Aberus.
Blue. Oh, my favorite blue. So when Arbor Day rises, there's a caption, blue foam monster. And it looks like it's made out of blue foam. I'm like, wow, they are
But it didn't really look blue.
Light blue? Deputy? Cobalt?
Are you talking about the foam itself?
No, the monster.
No, the monster's blue.
That was just blue.
It looked kind of gray.
No, it's blue.
It was a light blue.
It's a shade of blue.
Deputy.
The red and blue demons.
But it really didn't look blue to me.
This is just red versus blue.
It's I versus I and me against you. But either way, so blue foam monster, apropos name, apropos caption, and then banana comes up.
I was thinking Manila envelope.
Well, I was thinking either vanilla or banana. I went with the banana. It had more appeal. So at one point, Arbor Day is spinning banana.
Oh my god! It went forever.
Around and around she goes with sped up footage, which makes me think of the second Godzilla movie, where
Godzilla Raids Again. Yes,
Raids Again, where they meant to slow down the footage, but they actually sped it up, so it looked more comical. This looked even more so. So even as banana is spinning around and around faster, and they've sped up the footage, I'm just like, this is really bad slapstick.
Yeah.
Third unintentionally funny moment. Forgive.
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt.
All of Bosco's facial expressions.
No, the blinking.
Oh, I was about to mention that. The blinking was so loud.
Like Zorak in Space Ghost.
It just, every time they blinked, it was like a click-clack. Like, click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. I'm like, and we all, that was like the only time that we really talked was to reference how loud that was. But the sounds for the monster's roars sounded so old school.
Well, that's because they're still using the Anguirus roar for Vanilla. Because they used Anguirus' roar for him originally.
Yeah, I should have gone with vanilla. But banana still works.
But for me, when Edgelord is sitting there and we do have Kleptomaniac coming in and he's doing his speech, and all I thought was, this is too little too late. Same thing with the cool ass transformation is when it came in, I was like, I really don't care anymore. They didn't do anything, like, we've created our own fun attributes for these characters with our nicknames, but in all reality, they're like sheets of paper, literally.
And why is it always Kengo and Akito that were sent out? Like, why shouldn't Akito be in the lab trying to do stuff? Why not be like, hey, Dave and Kengo, go out and check this out, or Dave and Marulu, go check this out. Why is it always just Kengo and Akito and sometimes Yuna? Like, I just don't get it. Why it's on.
Is that Oop? San Moran?
DOP.
Oh,
I rebut.
Oop would have been fun.
Are Schizoid and Dave and Marulu, are they like, do their parents, are they higher ups in the TPC? Is that why they don't ever go out on the field?
Well, we did have to have Schizo in her, 5 seconds of piloting.
Well, and
that was pointless.
It really was. It was like, I don't understand beyond toy sales. Even if they sell toys for these things, I don't know.
They do.
We skipped the ads.
You only have seen the commercial 100 times.
Well, I didn't know for her plane.
It's there. It's not
Oh,
much.
okay. But I'm like, it really made no point because there was no effort involved. And I really truly think that her piloting skills are completely untrained. Like, she has never been trained. She has just played video games, and that's why Schizo was tapped on the shoulder. Because
she beat the last Starfighter game.
No, she was playing Ender's Game.
But I also have to admit that the acting, like her acting this episode, was terrible.
She only had like 3 lines.
But she didn't really, I'm not expecting 3 lines to be Oscar worthy. But it just didn't feel like there was much effort.
This series has just been no effort at all. This series has just been, whoever's been in charge of the series has just been on autopilot. They're not putting any effort into this. They're not putting... I'm hoping these people... I mean, it sounds terrible to say this, but I'm hoping these people are not getting paid that much to write this show because they do not deserve to be paid a lot to write this show.
Fourth unintentionally funny thing about this episode. When Kengo is swallowed under the foam, which, honestly, I kept expecting him to emerge out just covered in foam.
Oh my god, what the... the original older series have done...
Episeries?
Episeries. We're at the episeries. This is why he's having so many tremors.
Older series for Ultraman have done the foam thing better than this show. They've done the foam thing that looks far more realistic than what they did here.
But when Kengo gets swallowed and Edgelord's like, Kengo was, and he's calling the nurse Desi, Kengo was. It's
oh
like,
my god.
Dude, use your words. Use your words. I know you're a genius. You can throw in Kengo was swallowed, Kengo was covered, Kengo was shuffled off screen.
Kengo had like the easiest job this episode, though.
Yeah, he wasn't. Let's see here. Then fifth unexpectedly funny thing, or unintentionally funny. There's an app for that. Apparently, Kengo just needed a patch applied to his driver or a sparkle lance to control glitter because Dark Trigger, or Trigger Dark, or Trigger Darkly.
Trigger Dark.
Trigger Darkly, he just needed an upgrade to actually control the power. Which is like, wow, so that speech about not wanting to see anyone cry was
rendered mute.
Pointless. I mean, they could say, hey, I just wanted to, like, kill something today. Okay, I updated Sparkle. Let's go kill those things. Thank you.
Yeah, it defies the whole point of, like, why even bother having him fight with Dark Trigger Dark if he's just going to be able to take control of it right away?
Well, and when you have a character verbally express their drive or their goals, then you would think that the power would test that and they'd have to overcome by sheer force of will. But no, just an upgrade.
Yep.
So from now on, for like, what, 2 more episodes?
I don't know. I just want the show done. But yeah, there's nothing online that says how many episodes are exactly left. It's...
Plus a movie. Oh, and that's the 6th unintentionally funny thing. Through the movie promo at the end of the episode...
We practically saw how the series is going to end.
Well, we know that...
no harm becomes of anyone.
Ain't nobody gonna die. There's no risk now in this final... Because pretty much everybody is confirmed to be back in the movie except for the 3 Giants of Darkness.
And they may be back in the movie, we're just not being shown that.
Or they might be, forced off screen, but they're still out there waiting for the sequel. Ultraman Dark Trigger Light Trigger Dark Trigger.
Well, the next Ultraman series is going to be New Generation Dyna. I don't remember what the name is, Diganon or something.
We're dying to know.
But yeah, so next year's series is going to be Trigger 2.0, just with Dyna. Yay.
Well, I have the most important question that needs to be asked. What do you think of my nails?
I think they're beautiful. I think the gold and the... Well, okay.
Actually,
a bit like the foam monster, the blue changes depending on the context. It looks black, and then it's kind of blue.
And it has silver sparkles.
And it's kind of, well, I appreciate that, silver quill. And then if you look at the polish, you can see how pissed Kaiju is in the reflection.
But you want to know what these are called? The both colors together come out to Star Platinum, which is a JoJo's reference.
Oh, do you even pose?
With that said, what did you guys think of this week's Ultraman Trigger? Does anyone know how many episodes are left for sure to this thing?
Please put him out of his misery.
I was looking while we were talking, and I can't find an actual episode confirmation count.
I still want to get that close-up of Jafar. And
No.
Yes. Whoa, I'm being pushed out.
But click like, subscribe, bell notification. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Kaiju no Kami, website with the store, creativitybydesignllc.com/shop. And
I thought he was taking it. I thought he was pointing. Okay, Silver Quill, MLP Silver Quill on DeviantArt, Twitter, and YouTube. Look for After the Fact. You'll either find a modern news reel or my videos. I only recently learned about this conflict. I'm thinking of rebranding. And apparently Kaiju wants you to focus on my crotch as they did in this episode. So I appreciate that, Kaiju. I appreciate that, people at home. You know, I know we were talking about getting lots of sausage, but I didn't know we were going this far.
We're not going Lorena Bobbitt.
Bob it. Twist it.
on that note, until next time, bye.